Hello everyone, welcome to the second session of getting started with Compute Canada account. Here we're going to see how we can actually connect to Compute Canada and how we can give our orders and commands to the Compute Canada servers and computers and use their resources. So we cannot communicate like a usual system and have a graphical interface with that because that needs a very high internet bandwidth and it is really costly. Instead, we can use an older version. The older version is called using terminal or Linux commands. For connecting to Compute Canada, because they're a Linux-based system, you can use Linux commands to connect to them. And the way that we're going to use that is called SSH, which stands for Secure Shell. SSH, as it is explained here in the help page of Compute Canada or Alliance.ca website, it is a very widely commonly used standard way to connect to a remote machine in a very secure way. In order to connect to another machine, you need to make sure that no one intervenes and no one steals your data, your commands, and cannot change them, alter them, or abuse your authority over a system and your privileges. And that's why we have a very secure way. This way, I can explain it in a way that our professor in computer science explained it to us. He said that imagine that you have a lock and you give that lock to Compute Canada and you say that send me a package with that lock on it. If Compute Canada locked the message, not even Compute Canada can open it, no one can open it. But if you have the key, you're the only person that can open that. So in this concept, you have a public key. That public key is given to Compute Canada for encoding your data, and that way Compute Canada would just encode every data that's going to be transferred so no one can understand it. And remember that with public key, you cannot reverse it back because of the computational resources and the possibility of all the encoding is so much that it will take years or millions of years to decode a simple code, a simple SSH key. But you have a private key and you have to have that in order to decode your data. So let's open my Linux and I want to connect to Compute Canada. It says that it will teach you how to connect with Windows or Linux. In Windows, you can use third-party applications like PuTTY and Movaxterm. And they're very good applications in order to transfer files, but just simple search, you can find out how to install them, how to do that. You can also use the SSH key and generate it in your system manually. And I will go to using SSH key in Linux. And here we have how to create a perf key. It is a simple code that you need to put in your Linux command terminal. For example, I choose this one. These are different protocols for encoding the data and they have their benefits, but you just need to choose one of them. I will SSH key generation -B 4096-TRSA, and I will just execute it. Okay, it is now generated. So I have test video and test video.pub. The public key is there. By using cat and then test video.pub, you can see that here is your key. You can just copy that and go to your account. Here under my account part, you can go manage SSH keys. It would just bring up this page. It says that paste your public SSH key in the field below. It typically starts with SSH-RSA or SSH-ED25519. I will just paste my code here and have a description like test for video, and because you can't see my key, I would never ever use that in the private key. And I will add it, and it is added here. I have now test for video here. Now you have set up your SSH key. You just need to connect to Compute Canada. It is very simple. You just type SSH and you have your user. Assign the cluster that you want to connect. You can use any of them. It asks for your paraphrase and you just enter it and voila, you're inside Compute Canada. You can just use the codes and commands and anything that you want. That's the Compute Canada resources that you have. You have the folders, the scratch folders. In the next video, we will talk about how to actually run an R code, install libraries, and use the clusters to just generate results for you.